You are now listening to the Highly Evolved Podcast. You can find this channel on Twitter, Gab.ai, BitChute, and Minds.com. This is a Real American Patriot channel for Real American Patriot. If you're not a Real American Patriot, please exit the channel. Furthermore, we are not sponsored by any outside interference. That means we're unscripted, unrehearsed, and unedited. With that being said, transmission will commence momentarily.
How you guys doing? Thank you for joining me, Safan. I'm your host on another episode of the HighlyEvolvedPodcast. Podcast. In this episode, I want to discuss about immigration and what did President Trump, let me reiterate, President Trump made a deal with Mexico in their crisis. All right. If you're not aware, our President Donald Trump are imposing a tariff on Mexico, which I think it should. All right. Because Mexico been taking advantage of the U.S. for many years, right? Many years without any consequences. And now we finally have a president, because Donald Trump is not a politician, right? A president, he's a businessman. A president that's willing to take on this issue, all right? It's like having somebody that you invite to your house and they keep stepping on your couch with their shoes on, and then you don't tell them to get off the couch. Now it's time for them to get off the couch and kick them out. All right, lack of a better analogy. All right, but let me read you this article. It's from Breitbart. I'll leave a link in the description below. But put this up here. There you go. Headline: Donald Trump announced a migrant deal with Mexico. President Donald Trump has announced a comprehensive immigration reform deal with Mexican government, but the detail has not been released. Trump also announced the promised tariff would not be imposed. I am pleased to inform the United States of America has reached a signed agreement with Mexico. The tariff scheduled to be implemented by U.S. on Monday against Mexico, hereby indefinitely suspended Mexico, in turn, has agreed to take strong measures stem the tide of migration through Mexico and our southern border. This is being done to greatly reduce or eliminate illegal immigration coming from Mexico and the United States. Detailed from the agreement will be released shortly in the United States. Thank you. We have to wait on that. All right. I hope, man, you know what? In my opinion, I wish he would just leave that tariff on regardless. All right. Until they actually, because look, I don't think that we should take that thing off the ground, like take that tariff off, because we haven't seen their action yet. I want to see action first. All right, action first. Do what you're gonna say. All right, do what you're gonna say. Then we'll sign an agreement. But at least this is a step to progression. All right, but I think we should just apply that tariff regardless until we actually see what we like, and then we'll take the tariff off if they actually deliver what they promised. All right, but let's continue. Delay between announcement of the deal and the release detailed are commonplace in the part because top official has agreed on the wording of each document and described the detail. A safe third country detailed deal that was sought by the administration would block immigration by extending routine international migration rules to the region. The sought-after deal would require migrants of the regions to seek safely and asylum in the first state country they reach and allow the United States Borders Agency to reject the migrants who have crossed through Mexico to reach the U.S. borders. It would minimize the ability for Congress, pro-immigrant legal group, and cheap labor lobby to import more migrants of companies and donors. Because the deal built on existing laws which allowed borders agent to return migrants into the country, catch and relief, the Flores Act, that flawed act, all right? But let's continue. Who have signed a diplomatic deal. Throughout the negotiation, Mexican officials sought to minimize the scale of any third safe country deal, and instead of offering to allocate more resources to guarding their southern border with Guatemala. Excuse me. But that promises of extra security is of little value because any Mexican government can quietly order a force to turn a blind eye to the cartel labor trafficking. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. All right? Turn a blind eye cartel labor trafficking operation, right? That's what I'm saying. I want to see it. I want to see action before agreement. So that's why I'm kind of hesitant to go with these deals that Donald Trump doing, because I want to see action first before putting our guns down. You know, you don't put your guns. You don't say like you're having a duel, right? Face to face, gun off, right? You facing your opponent with a gun, and he's facing your opponent with a gun. All right. I don't want to put my gun down first and expect my opponent to put their gun down. How do I know he's not going to shoot me? All right. It's like that. That's why I want to see action first. All right, because we got the upper hand. The Mexican Foreign Minister, Marcelo Ebrard, I guess that's the name, Ebrard, also announced an unexplained deal, but coach it as a cancellation of Donald Trump promised tariff. All right, that's this tweet. I don't know how to interpret that. You guys interpret it at your own will. Overall, the deal is promised to shrink or even stop the acceleration migrants of Central American into the United States. Under the current rate, roughly 1 million cartels American will walk through the borders loopholes, creating a preserved by the court and Congress into American workplace, neighborhoods, schools during the 12-month prior to October. All right, and this is what I'm tweeting. You guys can look that up. A good deal for Trump will also be a bad deal for Democrats who have campaigned during the last few days to prevent the deal and would slow the inflow of migrants. Democrats oppose a deal in part because it reduces their bargaining power with domestic fight against Trump winning amnesty for millions of illegal. Yeah, if you haven't heard, I made a video about this. The Democrat just passed the DREAM Act, all right? And I'm not sure, just because the Republican got a hold of the Senate, there are never Trumpers in the Senate as well, right? You got to be aware. But we know that the Trump administration say they're gonna veto anything that comes through supporting the Dreamers Act, which is unconstitutional. Why you can give a bunch of illegal immigrants? This is a act for it's not act for Hispanic. It's not. I mean, let me read it. It's not an act for Asian people. It's not an act for Africans. It's not an act for Indian. It's not an act for European. Right? It's an act for Hispanic people. That's what it is. When you say the Dreamer Act, who do you associate with? Hispanic. You don't see Eskimos coming down here. You don't see Canadian. You don't see European. You don't see Asian. You don't see African. All right? So if you're Asian, if you're any of these groups I just mentioned, this act doesn't benefit you at all. So why are you supporting the Democratic Party? All right? But the Democrat, they're because this is considered as, if Donald Trump went through this, it's considered as a win for Donald Trump. And any win is too much win for the Democrats. That's what they don't like about this. All right? They don't want to seem like Donald Trump has actually created changes. They don't want people to know that he's actually delivering on his promises, because it make them look bad, and they might make them lose in the election. That's what this what it is. And then there's an agreement with Mexico is a way to hinder the Democratic voter base. All right, that's what they try. That's why they're trying to smuggle these illegals into Texas. Right now, if you don't know about Texas, they did a survey that Biden is getting more votes. Is in favor to win Texas than Donald Trump. At the rate that they're going. The reason why is not because people are changing their view on Donald Trump. The reason why is because they're bringing a lot of voters outside into Texas. All right, they bring a lot of Hispanic votes in, and they're testing only Hispanic voters and the people who vote for Biden. That's why the polls seem skewed. All right, that's why they're saying this stuff. All right, it's not because of Donald Trump's popularity is diminishing in Texas. It's because they're flooding the population with new voters. That's what it is. And people don't understand that. That's my dog barking again. But hey, calm down. Calm down. Yeah, come here. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. All right, here we go. She's an American Patriot dog, right? But that's the reason why the polling. If you haven't heard that Biden are leading in Texas, because they're changing the demographic. They're bringing a lot of Hispanic illegal voters into Texas right now. All right, that's why they don't want the wall to build in Texas. Because that's the goal is, their plan is to change Texas. Once they change Texas, they could change everything. Because they don't need more illegal immigrants in California. California are already leading left. There's no point of getting more people in here. All right, they want to turn the red state blue. That's the point. That's the purpose. Once they turn the red state blue, it's easier to win an election. All right, that's why they turn New Mexico blue. They turn Arizona blue. All right, they're turning all these red state blue. Because that's the only way for them to win, is to flood them with illegal immigrants, people who vote for them. All right, that's what people don't understand. All right, it's not because Donald Trump's popularity are diminishing. All right, but this is a win for Donald Trump if you get the deal done. I think, there's something I disagree with it as well, but at least he's getting something done. I would like to see the tariff still be implemented, but I guess it's the way his process works, and I guess you got to trust his process. But I don't know. Let me know you agree. Leave a comment below. You think we should impose the tariff? You think Donald Trump are doing the right thing? What else he can do, right? Leave your comment below. As of right now, YouTube is demonetizing my channel and everybody else's channel. It's Vox Apocalypse going on right now, right? But the thing is, my channel's already been monetized, so that means I could say what I want without being interfering with outside interference, right? That means an unscripted, unedited. I mean, I could say whatever I want without being bound by any outside interference. I'm redundant there, all right? Because of that, I'm not taking any donations, because the point of this channel is to wake people up, all right? The point of this channel is to try to tell people to don't vote Democrats. They're evil entity. They're an evil branch of the government right now. They don't have your best favor. They don't care about the people. They just lie to people to get their message across. That's what it is. They just want your votes and use you as votes. Voting block. This is what these liberals, these self-proclaimed liberals out there, they don't understand that they're being used. All right, I'm here to wake them up, to enlighten them. All right, but let me know you agree. Leave your comment below. And I know your time is precious, and I'm not trying to waste your time. As always, follow me in BitChute, subscribe me in BitChute, like, share, subscribe me on YouTube, because when you subscribe, I encourage you to make more videos. All right, I don't know, guys. Thanks for listening. This is the HighlyEvolvedPodcast. My name is Stefan, and I'm signing out. Peace.